Final preparations are completed on board these Royal Navy P2000 fast inshore patrol craft. 4 of them are heading 1,500 nautical miles north to Norway and the Arctic Circle, sailing out past HMS Duncan and then the 2 aircraft carriers HMS Queen Elizabeth and Prince of Wales. They bid farewell to Portsmouth for the next 4 months.
We'll be port stopping sort of all the way up rather than one big journey as larger ships would do. Our first stop is Ramsgate today, over to Holland, Germany, Denmark, and then once we're up into the Norwegian fjords, hopefully the weather will play less of an impact and we can get right up to the Arctic Circle. So Harstad will be our first sort of part of the exercise.
And that exercise is Steadfast Defender, NATO's largest exercise in Europe since the Cold War. They'll be working closely with the Norwegian Coastal Commandos, Royal Marines and US Marine Corps.
This is hugely operationally focused compared to the type of tasking that these units had historically done. So previously they'd focused on navigation training, support to University Royal Naval units, and we're seeing a real shift in what they're being asked to do. So this will be a huge challenge for the team. Just getting there and surviving in a 20-metre long plastic patrol boat is a challenge when the temperatures are consistently down to sort of minus 30 overnight. That's challenge number 1, so getting that sort of experience out of it. But more importantly, the ability to work with allies, the type of operational tasking that we're doing, the focus on amphibiosity. It's a real step change for the squadron.
And for some, this is their first deployment.
I'm not sure how I feel about the rough seas. I think I've been out a couple of times on HMS Blazer, like in a kind of a rough weather, and I've not been seasick. So I'm hoping that when we go today, that will confirm that I'm definitely not seasick.
I expect it to be rough. Obviously, being quite a small vessel, they don't really handle rough seas too well. I believe it's a 3-metre swell is the maximum that we're allowed to travel in. So what we'll probably end up doing is kind of a bit of coastal hugging. So we transit across the narrow channel and then work our way north.
These vessels are just under 21 metres long, so they are small, even with a minimum crew of just 5. What is life like on board one of these?
It's really good. You know, it's so different to any other ship in the Navy. We are a really small team. We're very close knit. Yeah, it's really good. You got to get on. You know, they're not big, and as you'll see, so you live on top of each other. But it's all part and parcel of it.
Cramped, definitely, but it's quite nice because on board you get to know the crew of the ship quite well. So you become close with everyone that you're on board with, and it's quite different to like bigger ships.
On board the ships, it is quite cramped, and we do have to deal with the space that we have. And that's something that we have to adapt to and deal with as we go along.
After 2 weeks on Steadfast Defender, the P2000s will then move on to a second exercise, Tamber Shield, training Royal Navy Wildcat helicopter crews in fast boat tactics. Claire Sadler, Forces News, Portsmouth. Thanks for watching. For more from Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.